got some chicken, some pulled pork, some ribs, some green beans, some corn.
That is good, actually. Wow. The whole mixture is good. Guys, Mr. Techbot here. I am out at Fort Wilderness Resort. Kind of a sad day, but fantastic as well because we are dining over at the Trails End Restaurant. Love this location, great food. However, if you guys have watched my new show on the weekend a couple months ago, don't forget that new show releases every weekend. I announced that, or Disney had announced, let me take that back. Disney had announced that they're changing. They're getting rid of Trails End, and they are putting a quick service meal. Now, that quick service location is well needed out here. However, they did have some sort of quick service areas before, but they had, when they were trying to build what's back behind here, which was supposed to be the Reflections Resort, they got rid of a lot of those quick services because they were going to be putting them over in there. However, we don't know what's going to go on with the Reflections Resort, if it's ever going to be come back, if it's shelved, if it's canceled. We don't know. Disney hasn't said anything. So, for the time being, they have decided that they got Hoop-de-Doo, which is your restaurant, and Trails End, which is the other restaurant, is going to become a quick service. So that whole area is going to be torn down, or probably gutted out, not torn down, but gutted out and changed over to quick service, which again, out here for Wilderness, very well needed. So I'm still looking forward to it. Great food. Last time I was here was maybe a year and a half ago. COVID was still in place, masks were still going on. Now, this restaurant used to be a buffet before COVID. When we were here last, it was a prefix. Now, the menu online still says it's a prefix, but I have heard things about it being a buffet, so I don't really know what it is anymore. But we're going to go inside and find out, and I'm pretty sure it's a prefix meal, which pretty much means they bring the skillet to plate, family style, to your table. So if you guys have stayed here before or eaten here, you know how much this place is going to be missed. But we're going to go in. I'm going to have a great meal with the family. I'm going to bring you guys along. While we wait for our table to be ready, I did want to show you around. Of course, this is Fort Wilderness, this is the main area. But what's kind of cool is right now, of course, this is because they don't have a quick service, and that's why they're changing Trails End to a quick service. They do have a food truck roundup that they always do. Today, it looks like they've only got 2 food trucks, which this has got to be one of the coolest food trucks I think I've seen. So this seems to be an actual Fort Wilderness truck, one that actually stays here all the time, that Disney actually does. And kind of like the ones over at Disney Springs that kind of sit there. But this one over here, this is one that has the, it probably comes in, they bring in different stuff. I think I've seen this one before. This is like ice creams and Italian ice and things like that. So, and then if you come out here early, you're early for Hoop-de-Doo, you can always take the kids over to the playground over here while you wait for your table. So remember, if you come out here to Fort Wilderness, they do have carriage rides. They are $55 a ride, and they go from 5:30 to 9:30. So beautiful ride, beautiful horse, beautiful ride. If you're out here at Fort Wilderness, you want a great tour around the resort, this is probably a pretty awesome way. So again, it's been a while since I've been out at this restaurant, and it's pretty much laid out exactly the same. So I kind of see why, and I don't think I saw it before, but I kind of see why they never did move this back to a buffet. Now the buffet areas are still back there, but I think because they didn't have a quick service type stuff, they had to give something to some people. So you still gotta get the pizza and stuff like that. So they kind of still left that area as a quick service type of situation, so you can still mobile order some quick food, stuff like that. It's just not your typical quick service you're going to find at one of the resorts, kind of like something at Port Orleans Riverside or at Art of Animation, that big dining room with multiple choice foods, the soda fountain, stuff like that. So it's not your typical one. So I think they're going to make this more of a formal type of quick service location. You know, I'm hoping the food at the same time is relatively the same, because the food's always been fantastic every time we come here. So that's definitely, I think, why they kept this as a prefix and didn't bring it back to buffet, because they had to give 2 options in the same space. So, you know, being able to do that, you know, they've done well with what they've been able to do, but it was still not the same. It was great as a buffet, but it's still good as a prefix. Big old skillet cornbread. They're cutting into it already. And of course it comes with butter. I think it's honey butter? Honey butter, I believe? Yeah, honey butter. Now, I know you can get this cornbread in a lot of different places. I think they do similar versions over at Wilderness Lodge, stuff like that. But the honey butter, and especially on the top, they put a little bit of honey, I think, as well. A little bit on there. The honey butter is nice and sweet, buttery. Gives a nice add. Cornbread, not overly moist, but it's a little crumbly at the same time. So, good start to the meal, though. Now, we did get something after the cornbread that I wasn't really actually going to put in the video, because, I mean, it's just salad. It's just a basic salad. But there's one thing about this, and I hope I find this somewhere else, or at least they bring it back when they make this a quick service, because we'll definitely come back and check this out when it's done quick service. But we had the salad, and they bring in the individual dressing. It was warm bacon vinaigrette. This thing is ridiculously good. I forgot. I'm sure I've had it before when I've eaten here before, but I completely forgot about that. So it's taken me by quite surprise. And it's so nice sometimes, even if you've been to a place before, to find, you know, it's such a great surprise, and if you weren't expecting. So, I mean, hopefully maybe there's some more surprises come through for dinner. So we'll just have to wait and see. Food has come, and of course we have some pickier eaters. So a lot of places that even when they're prefixed, if you have pickier eaters, you can always get chicken nuggets, stuff like that. We've got some chicken, some pulled pork, some ribs, some green beans, some corn. We have 2 sauces. We got a Chipotle barbecue, and we have a barbecue mustard. I can't remember the name of them, but they're always great. We're going to dig into this. Of course, remember, this is prefix, so if there's particular items that you want in a prefix menu, then you can always ask for more. So I can't wait to dig into this thing. So I put a little bit of everything kind of on the plate, sauce on everything. Now, my wife and I were just talking about, I know this restaurant's going away, and I'm talking about a lot of food that maybe a lot of you aren't going to be able to try. I happen to forget I like to do food reviews, tell you all about it, give you pointers, but for a restaurant that's done after this weekend, it's kind of pointless to start that. However, they have similar plates just like this, and this, we both kind of reminded us a lot of, if you go to Fort Wilderness at Whispering Canyon, they have different types of barbecue type of plates that pretty much will have the brisket, the pulled pork, different items like that, the chicken, the corn on the cob, green beans, stuff like that. So it has a very exact resemblance, and it hits us even more, because that was probably one of the last places we've actually eaten out here on Disney property, was at Whispering Canyon. So, it's kind of a very good resemblance to it. I think the big thing is the chicken is different. You get fried chicken over there, and you get more of a roasted chicken here. Now, in the past, they do have fried chicken over at Hoop Do next door. And in the past, we found if you ask for fried chicken, they'll bring you fried chicken. It's just not part of it. So if you ask for it, they'll bring it to you. But again, these are tips that for location that's going away. But if you guys want the same type of meal, I recommend checking out Whispering Canyon and getting one of their skillet meals, which are absolutely fantastic. All different kinds. They're, I think, 2 different kinds and a vegan kind, depending on what it is you're wanting. So something to definitely check out. But barbecue sauce is great, not too spicy. Everything's good. The chicken's moist. So fantastic. I'm loving this final meal out here, and it's just fantastic. So we've already dug into this thing quite a bit. I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting some extra stuff, because remember, any prefix meal out here at Disney, you can always get more items. A lot of times they'll ask, okay, what item do you want? You want more brisket? You want more chicken? And they'll bring you individual. They won't bring you a whole nother platter again, but they'll bring you individual items. But it's prefix, so it's still all you care to eat. And go from there. And then, like I said, also remember that, if you have a picky eater like our kids, you can still ask for chicken nuggets. Pretty much every place still makes chicken nuggets regardless. So, you know, you got picky eaters, even for a standard prefix meal, you can still ask for chicken nuggets and usually bring it to you, which these kids definitely ate it up pretty quickly. So, but I want to know from you guys in the comments down below, if you've eaten at this location, you're going to miss this location. And if you are, what is it that you're going to miss most about this location? So, I'm excited to get something new out here with the quick service, because don't down quick services. Quick service can be really good. They're not just standard burgers and nuggets. A lot of times, a lot of the quick services around Disney have specialty items. You just got to look for them. So I'm still excited when this gets changed over, because I think it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to try to bring it to you as soon as they do reopen. But, you know, keep that in mind. But I'm going to dig into this meal, enjoy it for the last weekend, enjoy the ambiance, and, you know, definitely just kind of remember, you know, this location. So,
of course, always remember that with a prefix meal, you get dessert along with it, because it's one standard price. So we have the candied apple, we've got the chocolate mousse pudding, and we've got the banana cream. Now, I'm all about the banana cream, so I'm going to dig into this one.
of course, now if you go to Hoop-de-Doo, that's going to have the strawberry shortcake. They got the big old song and dance to go along with it, but good old banana pudding. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. They had the vanilla wafers in there, too. Not overly sweet. Really good banana pudding. I mean, is it the best banana pudding I've ever had? Probably not. It's not the worst either. So it's somewhere right there in the middle. But if you haven't had some banana pudding in a while, it really hits the spot. There's something else I gotta try now. Chocolate mousse. The kids are kind of taking that one over. And I'm not as much of a chocolate fan as some people, but there's a candied apple. Come on. Candied apple dessert. Just gotta try what this is all about. Try to get a little bit of a couple different layers. Wow, it's basic cold apple pie. Apple chunks in there. And I didn't get all the way down to the graham cracker down at the end, but I didn't get all the way down. But it's red, but that's all apples in there. That is actually really good. So, is there a layer of graham crackers in the middle? Okay, good. There is some graham crackers in there. Let me see if I can get a little bit more. Oh.
Chocolate milk.
That was good, actually. Wow. The whole mixture is good, but because I know no one else really likes the banana pudding around here, and I'm more of a banana pudding fan, that's what I gotta go for. These are so good. We're gonna enjoy these as a family. Fortunately, I don't think we made it to the fireworks. We can hear them going off back behind us. But we're gonna try to finish up real quick, and maybe we'll catch the very end out on the beach. Well, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. I really want to thank you guys for coming along with me and enjoying this fantastic restaurant for one last time. It'll be very well missed. But there is some of these items that you can find around the parks. We're going to enjoy our night, have a little fun as a family. Don't forget, if you like this content, hit that like button. Leave me a comment maybe about the restaurant. Maybe you just want to say hi. Leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button along with those post notification bells so you know of all the new videos that I put out. As I like to say here, Mr. Techbot, do what you like, do what you love. And always, guys, never forget to unleash your inner nerd. Y'all have a good one. Later.